Ladies and gentlemen, digital investors, welcome back to another video where I go over everything that is going on in the crypto space. And today we have some good stuff to go over. One of those things, what we're going to start off on is Ethereum surging past the $700 mark. This article kind of goes over what comes next. We also have some interesting things for the Bitcoin dominance, looking into alt season. We have some stuff on Coinbase's IPO. Stellar, the CEO of Stellar, points out some differences between Stellar and Ripple and what's going on with XLM versus XRP. One of the big questions that's going on right now is, could what's happening to Ripple happen to other blockchain crypto companies, and what does that mean for the coins that they run on, the blockchains and networks that they run on? So that gives us some interesting insights. With that said, guys, we're going to get right into it. If you're a frequent viewer of the show and you'd like to show some support, tap the like button. It helps a ton for the YouTube algorithm to pick this up and push it out to more people. Thank you guys for all the support. Your likes, comments, everything like that is greatly appreciated. And with that said, guys, the cryptocurrency market as a whole is pumping very nicely. Bitcoin is on a tear. As we know, Bitcoin is setting new highs almost every other day. Ethereum is also looking extremely strong. Ethereum continues to see the higher high pattern. An analyst says, Scott Melker, endless series of higher highs and higher lows, with the recent low confirmed by a fresh higher high. I deem this pattern the, quote, stairway to heaven. On December 28th, Michael Van de Poppe, a full-time trader, similarly said that $1,200 to $1,300 is likely for ETH if it stays above $470. He wrote, in general, Ethereum still has a very bullish outlook as it's been making higher highs and higher lows consistently. This didn't change. As long as $470 holds, the next run will bring the market towards $1,200 to $1,300 or a new all-time high in Q1 2020 for Ethereum. Ever since Bitcoin broke past its all-time high at around 20,000, ETH has stagnated against Bitcoin. Hence, for Ether to see a renewed rally, a breakout against Bitcoin is critical. Guys, I think we're going to see that breakout against Bitcoin coming soon, okay? We know that once Bitcoin breaks all-time highs, that's usually a really good indicator. There's a lot of strength in the market. There's a lot of money coming in. And as we know, guys, the market makers, the people with the money in this game, the people who know how this entire emotional cycle works, we've seen the money go from Bitcoin into Ethereum and large cap altcoins to mid cap coins to altcoins plenty of times, over and over again. It is literally the same exact thing. Now, obviously, it does not have to keep continuing forever, but when we can recognize a pattern and we can trade that pattern until it's no longer useful, that's usually the route that you want to go. So with that said, guys, we have the long-term resistance rejecting Bitcoin dominance relief alt rally ahead. So very interesting stuff. Let's take a look at that Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance rate has been rejected by a long-term resistance area at 71.5%. This area has not been consistently traded since 2017. A short-term Bitcoin dominance decline towards the support levels at 61 to 64% is likely, paving the way for an altcoin relief rally. The weekly chart shows that Bitcoin dominance has broken out from a descending resistance line that had previously been in place since August of 2019. After breaking out, BTCD, Bitcoin dominance, continued its ascent until it reached a high of 72.05%. The high served to validate the 71.5% area as resistance. This is the chart, but BTCD failed to break out. If successful in doing so, the next resistance area would be around 84%. Despite the rejection, technical indicators are still bullish, supporting the possibility that Bitcoin dominance will eventually break out. We could be on for a possible correction. The daily chart for the Bitcoin dominance shows that the current upward move has been ongoing since the beginning of September. A possible rejection could cause BTCD to drop towards 62.8 to 64.4%, which would also align with the 0.5 to 0.618 Fibonacci retracement levels. The shorter term 4-hour chart shows that a parabolic ascending support line that had been in place since November 23rd has been broken, suggesting that Bitcoin dominance is heading lower. Furthermore, technical indicators are bearish, further supporting the possibility of a drop towards 62 to 64%. So keep in mind, guys, Bitcoin dominance dropping typically means that the altcoins are rising because dominance is leaving Bitcoin. We have money leaving Bitcoin and entering the altcoin. So the bearish scenarios here, they're bearish for Bitcoin dominance. in the Bitcoin price. But if you're holding altcoins, right, if you have been spreading yourself, DCAing into these altcoins, building up these positions, whether it's in anticipation of this event or you just choose to invest in altcoins, you believe you like investing in utility over a digital store of value, those types of things, this would be bullish to see Bitcoin dominance break down from here. So technical indicators are bearish, further supporting the possibility of a drop towards 62 to 64%. Now, we also have the altcoin perpetual index. Cryptocurrency trader at the EW Guy outlined an alt perp chart stating that the index has decreased considerably and is now expected to bounce. Technical indicators are neutral since while the MACD is decreasing, the RSI is right at 50. The stochastic oscillator has just made a bullish cross. Furthermore, the movement since the previous November 24th high looks like a completed ABC corrective structure, fitting perfectly inside a parallel descending channel. A breakout above the channel would indicate that altperp is heading higher. A loss of the $900 support area would place this possibility in doubt. In conclusion, while it's possible that the long-term Bitcoin dominance trend is bearish, a short-term decline is expected after the rejection from the 71.5% area. So that is what we're looking at in terms of the Bitcoin dominance. So in the comments, guys, let me know what your trading plan is. Are you holding on to Bitcoin or are you spreading into altcoins in anticipation of some of that dominance leaving Bitcoin and going into altcoins? Let me know what you guys are personally doing in the comments down below. Love learning from you guys and seeing what it is that you're up to. Also, we have alt season in 30K in sight. 5 things to watch in Bitcoin as 2020 ends. So we'll bang through this. It gives us the 5 things to watch. And one of the things that go over is gold surges as Trump signs a stimulus bill. And as we know, guys, gold moving up, Bitcoin moving up, it all feeds into the same narrative, right? The same narrative that cash is trash and we need a store of value, whether you think that's going to be physical gold or you think it's going to be digital Bitcoin, or whether you think it's going to be a little bit of both, because at this point, and with the way our economy works and how we're so digital now, we kind of need a form of both, right? It almost would be very hard to live in a world that we live in now without cryptocurrency, right? It's already very hard. We already experience it. Today, value does not move the same way the internet moves information. So they have gold surging and Trump signing a stimulus bill. Last time we had our stimulus check, $1,200. Coinbase reported that around the same time stimulus checks were coming out, they were getting a lot of deposits and buys at exactly $1,200. So that could be very bullish if people decide to put that stimulus check into crypto. However, we also have to assume that people don't need that stimulus check, right? The stimulus check can only go into something, that is not a necessity, right? To me, a necessity would be something like food and water, right? That is definitely a necessity, or keeping your bills paid, right? Whether that's your rent or mortgage, so you have shelter. So it's people who are putting money into cryptocurrency, obviously you have food, water, shelter already met. Now you have disposable income. So that money can only move into crypto if people aren't crippled, because if people are crippled, they're not going to be buying crypto. They're going to be buying food, water, and maintaining shelter, right? Now, the next one they go over is regulations coming from mainstream Bitcoin, which, some people have very varying opinions on this, but one thing that we know is that cryptocurrencies have been a wild west for a while. We've known regulations are going to take place. We know to get to that next level, to get the institutions in, to get this huge wall of money in, we know the regulations are going to come, and that's going to come with sacrifice, right? Some things are going to be sacrificed, and some things are going to be gained, right? So you can't have your cake and eat it too. But they're saying regulations coming from mainstream Bitcoin could be bullish. A Bitcoin rebuttal at $28,400 is very healthy. As we know, we don't want to go up in a straight line forever. At some point, this ship has to correct a little bit, right? Has to pull back and do some consolidation. Bitcoin has been going very parabolic right now. And yeah, it would be very healthy in terms of not only Bitcoin getting a correction, building up some support, letting the market calm down a little bit, letting people get another accumulation zone in, and let the altcoins go on a pump. Because that's what we're looking at here, right? We're looking at indicators for an alt season. The next one they say is the record Bitcoin futures gap, and they have the stock to flow forecast the high. So going back to the stock to flow model and what that means for the price of Bitcoin. Moving on, we also have Goldman Sachs to lead preparations for Coinbase Initial Public Offering. If you guys are enjoying the video, make sure you tap the like button. It really does help a ton. And with that said, after confidentially filing its preliminary regulatory paperwork with the SEC, Coinbase has reportedly hired Goldman Sachs to handle the company's public listing, says Reuters. Coinbase would be the first US-based exchange to list on the stock market. Coinbase announced the filing of a draft registration with the SEC on the 18th of December in a blog post. As one of the leading crypto exchange platforms, Coinbase Pro has traded a volume of 1.89 billion over a 24-hour period. It is more than 25 billion in assets from over 35 million verified users on its platform. Based on 2018 valuation, Coinbase was worth $8 billion, and after an IPO, according to Masari, Coinbase could be valued at $28 billion. Recently, the company shuffled its board to include venture capitalist Mark Andreessen and Google veteran Gokul Rajaram, along with former Cisco CFO Kelly Kramer, in what appears to be final preparations for an offering that could see the company valued at $28 billion. Amazing, guys, right? Absolutely amazing. Despite all the stuff that we hate about Coinbase, right? They're constantly going down. Obviously, we want Coinbase to work on that, but this is a massive, massive win for the legitimacy of cryptocurrency. This is a huge win, guys. So as much as there is, tearing apart at each other in the space, there's a lot of people just fighting internally. I don't understand why. To me, any cryptocurrency doing anything in a positive light, in this case, Coinbase going public, it's going to bring so much legitimacy to the cryptocurrency space. So I'm really excited to see it. And I think most of you guys here, I think most of you are level-headed, that you realize that this is a good thing. And we also have Stellar Foundation CEO points out differences with Ripple and U.S. Congressional hearings. So I thought this was interesting because we get at least the difference from Stellar's perspective, right? As we know, Stellar's probably going to distance themselves from Ripple as much as they can. But let's hear what they have to say, right? So Stellar's CEO, Denell Dixon, participated in a hearing with members of the U.S. Congress. The most important issue addressed by the audience participants was related to regulations and the classification of digital assets as securities under U.S. law. Dixon differentiated her organization's foundation from other companies such as Ripple, the company facing the SEC lawsuit, yada yada. What she says is, with respect to clarity on the classification of securities. And I thought that was pretty interesting, right? So with respect to clarity, so even they're expecting a new form of clarity on securities, right? I don't know. It's just a weird sentence to use, right? It makes you think a little bit. Anyways, I'll continue on. I think it helps with respect to the market and helps with respect to new players coming in. We didn't do that. We did referencing that they didn't issue an ICO. That's not how Stellar was born. We didn't have an ICO. The profit motive is very different with us. Dixon said that there is a lot of fear about the classification issue, adding that it is necessary to create stability around this key topic in order to keep innovation within the United States. In this regard, the representative for the state of Ohio, Warren Davidson, referred to the effort that the Republican and Democratic parties have made together to provide legislative clarity to encourage innovation with cryptocurrencies and blockchain tech in the U.S. Davidson also praised the Stellar Development Foundation, saying, "You have a clearly different organization structure, and I think it bypassed all that." So it's really exciting, and it highlights the ability to do things with blockchain and payments and the speed. I love that you highlighted how much more efficient this is than our current architecture. In addition to the above, the SDF made a major decision in 2019 when it burned down 55 billion XLM, getting rid of its escrow. Despite this, Dixon said there is a lot of fear about future decisions the SEC will make and whether it will propose to go against other organizations or blockchain companies. So really interesting stuff that Stellar has said, right? Makes you think a little bit, gives you also a little bit of a better view of what's going on. How is Stellar and Ripple different, right? These are all things now. People want to know, okay, well now, if the SEC can come after Ripple, well, can the SEC come after Chainlink? Can they come after Cardano? Can they come after Stellar, Ethereum? And everyone's in a rush to understand, how are all these different? So really nice to get some insights from Denell Dixon from Stellar. We also have on the Bitcoin trend, Google Trends. We haven't looked at this in so long, guys. And honestly, well, you know what? We don't look at it all the time because it doesn't move all the time. All right, this thing I feel like it's good to come back to maybe once a week, but really, Yeah, probably once a week, once every other week, and we haven't looked at it for about a month. So if we look at it today, guys, the Bitcoin on Google Trends, basically what this does is it takes into account how many people are searching, looking up Bitcoin. So if we go back over here into 2017, this is when Bitcoin hit its top, right? We topped out at, this line is saying 100, so we were very up high. And during our bear market, not much. When we propelled up to 14,000 from 3,000 to 14, yeah, we got some good people looking it up there, but for the most part, nothing much. But now we are almost back up to those previous highs, right? Not the all-time highs, but back when Bitcoin made its run from 3,000 to 14,000, we're getting back up there, right? It's at 2022. Over here, we're at 22. So we are getting back up there. We have about the same amount of volume from about a year or 2 years ago. And what we're really looking for, right, is this wave, right? This wave. And what this really is retail. Some of you may be confused, like, how is the Bitcoin price going up right now, despite not many people are looking it up? And it's because most of what you're seeing right now is institutions, right? We're not seeing a retail craze. This Bitcoin run that is going on right now is 100%, not 100%, but it's mainly driven by institutional buying, big money buying. It's not retail this time, right? It's not Uncle Bob and Grandma Sue. It's not any of that this time. This is institutions along with some other stuff, right? We have some Tether and we do have some retail, but mainly institutions. And if you guys want to know the top 15 altcoins by social volume, this comes out of Twitter at Crypto Differ. So thanks Crypto Differ for this. Make sure you guys go check him out. And he put out the top 15 altcoins by social volume. So this is what people are talking about. They're talking about Travala, Ripple, Elrond, Zilliqa, Chainlink, Ethereum, Cardano, Stellar, Uniswap, Tezos, Digibyte, Nano, Binance Coin, Filecoin, and Litecoin. That's the top 15 altcoins by social volume as of December 25th of 2020. So that's what's going on. That's what people are talking about. With that said, guys, that is the video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. You'll be notified every single time I make a video like this daily. We go over Bitcoin, altcoins, and everything going on in the crypto space to try and keep you up to date. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. All your support has been amazing. Also, make sure you tap the like on your way out. If you guys could tap the like button for me, it helps so much with the YouTube algorithm. Keep in mind that nothing I cover here is financial advice. I'm just documenting the daily crypto news and this crypto bull run, and that is it. With that said, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy the content. Remember, you can find me on Theta. This video was uploaded on Theta first. All of my content comes out on theta.tv first. If you want to find me there, there's a link in the description. It'll take you right to me, and you can see all my content first. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you all on the next one.